Hello and welcome back to Sparkplug Motorsport 2 and Episode 2 of Mobile Aero, the show where I talk about F1 mobile games, or just mobile racing games in general. Today, I want to talk about the official side of things, and why the official F1, and heck, you know what, motorsport official mobile racing games are dead in 2026. And the main thing it comes down to is the games available. But I'm going to start this off looking back before I can even talk about it. Fire Monkeys created Real Racing, brought in Real Racing 2, and then in 2012 created Real Racing 3. They get bought up by EA, we're all aware of the story. Real Racing 3, between 2012 and 2025, had most every major motorsport. In fact, the only one that it didn't have was IndyCar, which has no mobile racing presence at all. Okay, that's technically incorrect. They have Grid also Sport. You have IndyCars and Indy Nexts in that game. But aside from that, nothing for IndyCar. In Real Racing 3, you had the Gen 6 NASCARs, you had Formula 1, with some classic cars, the 2014 Ferrari, and then every car from 2019 actually, through to 2024. You also had Formula E from Season 3 through to Season 9. In fact, Real Racing 3 was basically the Formula E game, to me at least. You have the World Endurance Championship, V8 supercars, you know, the whole shebang in terms of major motorsport. Again, except for IndyCar. So, when this game got announced to be shutting down, a lot of racing fans, understandably, were surprised. For me personally, kind of heartbreaking, because that is the game I would go to play Formula E. Now, I record this at the start of 2026. The game is offline, and you can't get it from your regular Google Play Store or Apple App Store. You can still get the APK, and you can still play the game through there. There won't really be any updates coming through. However, and it's a pretty interesting however, the game will still be functional until mid-March. At which point the service will be shut off. Now, I don't know, and I really hope that this means that the game is simply just offline. The service is still active. You can still play online right now. When they mean the service will be shut off, it just means multiplayer is inactive and there will be no more updates to the game, then it's okay. But as it stands, Real Racing 3 shows that despite this game holding a monopoly, EA still saw it as unprofitable and they had to cut the live support. Now here's why it's a big thing for an F1 fan. This already happened multiple times. The F1 2016 game, a lot of people still play it on mobile. That has not been on stores for quite some time. Then F1 Mobile Racing, created by Codemasters, I believe, around 2019, and shut off in 2023. That was a live service game. It was online only. There was no offline mode to the game. So if you're able to find the APK, it's fully useless. Which leaves the only official F1 racing game to be F1 Clash, and honestly, it's a motorsport manager game. I don't like manager games. I don't like manager games at all. If you go to the Google Play Store and you look up racing, you get Assoluto Racing as your top option. That game has Super Formula cars, some GT cars, and some Le Mans cars, so it can satiate that hunger. I personally don't care for any of that, and also, they advertise themselves as the only mobile racing simulation. That's very much wrong. First of all, when I played it, I really did not have fun with the handling there. And it's just not true. Then you get Asphalt 8 and Asphalt Legends. Now, first of all, I don't know why Gameloft have kept Asphalt 8 up on the store shelf. Second of all, Asphalt 8 has some F1 cars. I believe it has the 2016 McLaren. Asphalt Legends, in terms of its motorsport offerings, I believe it has some Le Mans offerings, but the main thing a motorsport fan would hear about Asphalt Legends for is the fact that it has the Gen 3 Evo Formula E car. It was in an event that was nigh on impossible to get, and so I don't have it, and I don't expect many other people to have it. To continue scrolling down the list, you've got EA's Need for Speed No Limits, CR2 Realistic Drag Racing. Neither of these have any officially licensed race cars or anything like that. And you keep going down, and it's like, I can't find anything. You then get Stock Car Racing by Minicades, which is your NASCAR game right now. It's also your Indy Oval Racing game right now. You don't get anything else, to be honest. GT Manager, which is a manager game, and I'm not talking about those. Some more shovelware icons. Got Rally 1 by Bosun Studio, which seems to include some gambling aspects if their promo video is anything to go by, so wouldn't go for that. Feral Interactive have Grid Autosport for mobile, and that's arguably your best hope for motorsport right now. That's where you can get your World Endurance Championship offerings, I believe. I haven't played it too much because I would like to play it for the indie offering, but just I don't have £6 or £7 to spend. It does seem like it's got some single-seater offerings. I do know for a fact it has the BW12, which is very cool. And then you have Monoposto, which is a fan game, and you're noticing quite quickly, in terms of the official offerings, the only ones that stick are Assoluto Racing, Asphalt Legends, and Grid Autosport. 3 games for official offerings. And in these 3 games, you have IndyCar, Formula E, if they bring back the event, which, knowing Gameloft, they probably won't, and Super Formula. There's no official F1. Official Formula E is almost impossible to get. There's no NASCAR. Don't know if there's World Endurance Championship, but there might be. There's no V8 supercars. And now you've got a lot of unsatisfied fans. This is going to be a much shorter podcast episode. In fact, I don't know if we're going to reach 10 minutes on this. And, it's mainly just because other series are having a good time. MotoGP has straight up an official game. Shell Racing Legends is still available. However, you need to collect games. You need to collect cars, rather, and just keep doing that. There's also Shell games, Shell Racing, that's available. But those games aren't really kept up to date. And that's the problem. I'm not here to offer a solution because I'm not a game developer. Me personally, I'm just airing out some grievances right now. Really would have wished that we could get something cool from the fans for Formula E especially, because we've got a lot of F1 games. We're getting some more NASCAR games. We're getting some IndyCar content in those NASCAR games. World Endurance V8 Supercars, we're not seeing anything for that. We're also not seeing anything for GT racing. MotoGP is often forgotten, mainly just because there is an official MotoGP game, which is kept up. My main grievance is the fact that there's nothing official anymore, and that there's nothing for Formula E straight up. There is no Formula E. As we head towards Formula E's 150th race as well, that makes this even worse to think about, because there have been many attempts at Formula E games, just there isn't right now. Every motorsport has a game except from Formula E. The best they have is Electric Lap on Roblox, which I'm not gonna lie, why would you make a Roblox game? Why would you have a Roblox game and have that as your only official method to play? I understand that most of your fans are quite young and would therefore have Roblox. I'm just saying, have an actual official game. This has been a much shorter podcast here on Spark Plug Motorsport 2. Comment down below if you like this format, if you're actually listening. And I'll see you next time then, when there might be a new format on the way, actually. Who knows? Woo. See you guys around.